You've been fed a lie. For over a decade, we've all watched sister wives thinking the chaos we see on camera is the real story. That the confessionals are honest and that Kody Brown is the mastermind behind every twist. But what if the real collapse of the Brown family didn't happen on TLC? What if the empire fell from the inside, taken down by someone Kody never even considered a threat? We've all seen the headlines: The Sun, People magazine, TMZ dropping private family information weeks or months before it airs. We call them leaks. Kody calls them betrayal. But these aren't slip-ups. They're calculated strikes. Someone has been peeling apart Kody's narrative piece by piece with the precision of a strategist. After weeks of lining up the timing of every leak, comparing them with family events, and tracing digital crumbs, everything points to one shocking truth: the saboteur is inside the family. A mole, someone with access, intelligence, and a motive burning deep. And the person who fits the profile better than anyone is Kody's eldest child, Logan Brown. Before we break down the evidence, you need to understand how leaks work in this world. In most reality shows, leaks are gossip. But with the Browns, they're weapons. Think about when Christine's departure hit the press before the season aired. Think about the extremely specific reports about Kody past loans and zoning issues. Think about the articles exposing Robyn's debts and emergency loans. These weren't overheard conversations or sightings at a grocery store. They contained sensitive legal and financial information only a handful of people had access to. Meanwhile, Kody has spent season after season spiraling, rambling about loyalty and betrayal, convinced one of the wives is talking. But he's been hunting in the wrong direction the whole time. To find a mole, you look for three things: access, skill, and motive. The person must know the internal details, be smart enough to release information without being caught, and have a personal reason to hit Kody where it hurts. The wives don't fit. Christine speaks her mind openly. Mary is too private and too late to the party. Robyn wants silence, not chaos. The younger kids wouldn't even understand the financial details in these leaks. That only leaves the oldest children, the ones who grew up through the chaos, who lived the early years before TLC money smoothed the edges, and who understand exactly what Kody was doing behind the scenes. And from that group, one person rises to the top. The oldest, the responsible one, the one who vanished from the series to live a normal life, the one with an MBA, the one who knows how business works on a level Kody never could, Logan. To viewers, Logan has always appeared as the hardworking, selfless older brother who held the family together and then quietly exited the spotlight. But that image is exactly what makes him the perfect ghost. If you look at his past, he wasn't just a good big brother, he was the family's unpaid third parent. He was raising kids while Kody was joyriding in convertibles and juggling romances. Logan spent his childhood covering for the failures of a father who prioritized everything except stability. And when Logan finally broke free, got educated, got engaged, built a life, he left behind a family still crumbling under Kody's decisions. He watched his mother living in a trailer while his father played patriarch in $1 million home. He watched his brothers cut off, ignored, punished. He saw Robyn spending while Janelle couldn't even get a house built. And Kody kept lying about all of it on camera. Logan couldn't come back publicly, it would drag him into the mess he escaped. So he did the next best thing. He fired back from the shadows. Look at the timing. When a season shows Kody presenting himself as a devoted dad, suddenly an article appears exposing a forgotten birthday or missed emergency. When Kody claims financial victimhood, a source leaks evidence of Robyn's latest debt. When Kody tries to reframe a storyline, the tabloids suddenly release information that counters his version. This isn't random. It's tactical. This is someone who knows the numbers, the paperwork, the hidden pieces. The kind of person who knows how to make a narrative collapse using pure facts. Someone like Logan. And that's before we even get to the parentification issue, one of the deepest psychological scars the eldest children in massive families carry. Logan lived it. He woke at dawn to cook for siblings. He managed the little kids. He kept the system running while Kody floated between houses, usually wherever the romance was easiest. Logan wasn't raised by Kody, Logan was raised for Kody. That resentment doesn't disappear. It transforms. When you look at the sophistication of the leaks, loan terms, zoning codes, contract details, corporate structures, it screams someone familiar with business language. Someone who understands how to expose wrongdoing without ever using a single emotional word. Logan works in the corporate world. He reads contracts for a living. He knows how to navigate public records. And what about Kody's paranoia around his older sons? Notice how his anger always seems pointed at Garrison, Gabriel, and the outspoken ones. But he never aims that fury at Logan. He can't. Logan is the one son whose respect he needs to pretend he still has. Logan is the one child Kody can't afford to lose publicly. And Logan knows this. Silence is his shield. Now think about the proxy theory, the idea that Logan isn't leaking directly, but feeding information to siblings who are loud, emotional, and unfiltered. Peyton goes on podcasts and suddenly reveals inside information you'd need a family meeting to know. Gwendolyn starts giving shockingly accurate context in her reactions details she wasn't even old enough to understand at the time they were filmed. And each time there's a visit to Logan in Vegas, a major bombshell appears in the media within 2 days. The pattern repeats over and over. It's like a network. Logan supplies the truth. They deliver the explosion. Then comes the Kody Pass disaster. Kody kept stalling, blaming the city, the market, everyone but himself. Then suddenly, an insider reveals documents showing Kody never applied for the proper permits. It landed exactly when he needed money from Mary. The leak made sure she didn't hand over $1. It cut off Kody's last financial lifeline. And the credit issue? Kody's credit tanking wasn't just a rumor, it came right as Janelle and Christine separated their finances. They didn't suddenly become experts in estate planning on their own. Someone had to explain the danger. Someone had to show them how to protect themselves legally. That someone is the one child who understands finance better than anyone in the family. Logan didn't just free himself. He freed them. Look at Logan's wedding. 0 cameras. 0 monetization. Tight control. Kody pushed to film it, but Logan shut it down. And right around the wedding date, a wave of articles about Kody's estrangement from his sons. Perfect timing. Perfect leverage. And then there's the nanny leak, the moment that finally turned the entire internet against Kody and Robyn. Who knew? Who would risk a lawsuit? Someone who wasn't under contract. Someone who knew the hypocrisy of the nanny rule would shatter Kody's credibility forever. That leak was a missile. Someone launched it with intention. Piece by piece, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Logan's fingerprints aren't visible, but the strategy, timing, and precision match only his skill set. Kody thinks he's fighting the wives, the audience, the producers. But the truth is darker. He's fighting the son he unknowingly trained to become his greatest opponent. A son who learned every weakness in that household because he was forced to hold it together. A son who saw everything. A son who has the intelligence, the resources, and the motive to dismantle Kody's entire image without ever appearing on camera. Kody built a kingdom. Logan is burning it down one quiet leak at a time. You've been fed a lie. For over a decade, we've all watched sister wives thinking the chaos we see on camera is the real story. That the confessionals are honest, and that Kody Brown is the mastermind behind every twist. But what if the real collapse of the Brown family didn't happen on TLC? What if the empire fell from the inside, taken down by someone Kody never even considered a threat? We've all seen the headlines: The Sun, People magazine, TMZ dropping private family information weeks or months before it airs. We call them leaks. Kody calls them betrayal. But these aren't slip-ups. They're calculated strikes. Someone has been peeling apart Kody's narrative piece by piece with the precision of a strategist. After weeks of lining up the timing of every leak, comparing them with family events, and tracing digital crumbs, everything points to one shocking truth: the saboteur is inside the family. A mole, someone with access, intelligence, and a motive burning deep. And the person who fits the profile better than anyone is Kody's eldest child, Logan Brown. In reality TV, leaks are often gossip, but with the Browns, they're weapons. Think about when Christine's departure hit the press before the season aired, or the detailed reports about Kody Pass loans and zoning issues, or the articles exposing Robyn's debts and emergency loans. These weren't overheard conversations or sightings at a grocery store. They contained sensitive legal and financial information only a handful of people had access to. Meanwhile, Kody has spent season after season spiraling, obsessed with loyalty and betrayal, convinced one of the wives is talking. But he's been looking in the wrong direction the entire time. To catch a mole, you look for 3 things: access, skill, and motive. The person must know the internal details, be smart enough to release information without getting caught, and have a personal reason to hit Kody where it hurts. The wives don't fit. Christine speaks her mind openly. Mary is too private and usually the last to know. Robyn wants silence, not chaos. And the younger kids wouldn't even understand the financial details behind these leaks. That leaves the eldest children, the ones who lived through the early chaos, before TLC money smoothed everything over, and who understand exactly what Kody was doing behind the scenes. Among them, one stands apart. The eldest. The responsible one. The one who vanished from the series to live a normal life. The one with an MBA, the one who understands business and strategy at a level Kody never could. Logan. To viewers, Logan has always appeared as the calm, responsible older brother, the one who made breakfast for his siblings, kept the household together, and then quietly disappeared from the cameras. But that image is exactly what makes him invisible. No one suspects the quiet one. No one suspects the strategist. Look closer and you see the truth. Logan wasn't just a good son. He was the family's unpaid third parent. He woke at dawn to manage chaos, prepare meals, get his siblings ready for school, all while Kody floated between houses, chasing whatever adventure or wife he fancied that week. Logan carried responsibilities far beyond his years, and he remembers every slight, every betrayal, every moment his family was left unprotected. When he finally escaped to college, a career, and a life of his own, he didn't leave the family behind. He left with knowledge, strategy, and a plan. He saw his mother Janelle struggling, his siblings neglected, and his father's empire resting on shaky, dishonest foundations. He couldn't fight back publicly. Any direct confrontation would drag him back into the chaos and compromise his professional life. So he chose a smarter path. He became the shadow, the anonymous source, the insider who controlled the narrative without ever appearing on camera. Think about the timing. Whenever Kody tried to present himself as a devoted father, an article would emerge exposing a forgotten birthday, a missed obligation, or financial manipulation. When Kody claimed victimhood in public, a leak would surface showing Robyn's spending habits or his mismanagement of the family's assets. Each strike was precise, factual, and devastating, never emotional, never speculative. Someone with real expertise was behind it. Someone who could turn dry financial records into undeniable proof. And it's not just about leaks, it's about influence. Logan didn't just release information. He guided others. His younger siblings became his proxies. Pedon, impulsive and outspoken, would vent frustration publicly. Gwendolyn, cautious but curious, began sharing contextual insights that only someone with intimate knowledge could know. Each time a sibling visited Logan, a major revelation followed in the press within days. The pattern is too precise to ignore. Logan was the hub, the strategist, the ghost in the machine. This is psychological warfare. Kody attacks the loud, visible threats, never realizing the true operator is quiet, intelligent, and untouchable. Logan doesn't shout. He doesn't confront. He watches, analyzes, and orchestrates, ensuring that the truth protects his mother and siblings while dismantling his father's carefully constructed narrative. The strategy goes deeper than leaks. It reaches the financial core of the family. Coyote Pass, the land that Kody constantly promised to develop, becomes a perfect example. For years, Kody blamed the city, the market, or even the wives for the lack of progress. But then documents surfaced showing he hadn't even applied for the correct permits. The timing of these revelations? Impeccable. Just as he was pressuring Mary or trying to leverage money, the truth went public, cutting off his financial options. Logan understands the power of public perception. By releasing factual, legally verifiable information, he exposed Kody's inability to manage the family's assets. Banks, lenders, and the public all saw the evidence. Kody's maneuvering power collapsed, and suddenly he couldn't manipulate the narrative through money. Every misstep became a public record, and every leak was calculated to protect his mother and siblings while striking at Kody's control. The credit score twists are another piece of the puzzle. For years, the mother's credit histories were intertwined with Kody's. When Janelle and Christine began disentangling their finances, suddenly his borrowing power weakened. Who taught them to protect themselves? Who explained the dangers of keeping assets linked to Kody's unstable financial web? Logan. It wasn't just a warning, it was a deliberate strategy to dismantle Kody's leverage and safeguard the family's future. Logan's influence extends to public perception as well. His wedding, tightly controlled and free of cameras, was a statement. Kody was relegated to the background, powerless to monetize or control the narrative. Right around that time, a wave of articles broke highlighting Kody's strained relationships with his adult sons. Coincidence? Unlikely. The timing was perfect. Logan was orchestrating a message that went far beyond the TV cameras, exposing Kody's isolation and lack of authority. And the nanny leak? That was a turning point. When news spread that Robyn employed a nanny while Kody enforced strict rules, preventing access to other children, the hypocrisy was undeniable. Who had the knowledge, the foresight, and the audacity to release it strategically? Someone outside TLC's reach. Someone who could turn internal frustrations into public truth. Logan. That leak wasn't gossip, it was a tactical strike to expose the moral failure and hypocrisy at the heart of Kody's household. Through calculated guidance, Logan used his siblings as proxies, creating a multi-front approach. Pedant attacked character. Gwendolyn clarified hypocrisy. Anonymous insiders hit the financial core. Logan remained invisible, untouchable, orchestrating chaos from a distance. Kody thought he was fighting the family, the media, and the audience, but he was really fighting the son who knew every weakness, every vulnerability, and every secret. This isn't just about revenge. It's about control, strategy, and survival. Logan dismantled Kody's empire quietly, systematically, and brilliantly. He turned information into a weapon, timing into leverage, and silence into power. While Kody raged and screamed on camera, Logan was several moves ahead, pulling the strings no one could see.